What's happening, good people? Welcome to Where's Watch Room. Today I'm going to be taking a look at those Artem straps. So we have the Sailcloth and one of their Nylon NATOs. So first up, we're actually going to take a look at the Sailcloth, and Artem did send these out to review. You can find a link to their store down in the description. They've got other offerings as well. So they've got this classic, they've also got a more premium loopless option, which looks awesome as well, and they do have a few other options for the NATOs if you want to check them out as well. Again, link in the description. So we're going to take a look at the Sailcloth one first, and then the look at the NATO after, and we'll do some wrist shots at the end, you know, just to show you what they look like on wrist. But yeah, first of all is this one. So this is their classic Sailcloth, and you can actually get two different variations of this. So there is this version, which has the deployant clasp, and then there's a standard version with just a standard clasp style system that you'd see on a regular two-piece strap. Obviously, I wanted to try the deployant, so I thought it would be pretty interesting to see what this was like. So this comes in a few different flavors, if you want to say. So you can get this blue and white. There's also a black and blue, sorry, not a black and blue, a black and white, an all black, an all blue, and like I said, you can mix and match you know, the hardware if you do so wish to. You can also get this in a 19, 20, 21 and 22. Sizes are 75 for the short side, 115 for the longer side. Material wise, we're looking at a synthetic sailcloth upper and then a leather inner, which actually does have a coating of natural rubber over it, which means you can actually use this in water and it won't damage the leather, which I think is really cool that they've managed to be able to make, you know, leather properly waterproof. So you could actually wear this swimming. You could wear it probably, you know, shallow diving as well, and it'd be absolutely fine, which is awesome. So we'll look at the, you know, the design and build aspect of it as well. So this side is your short side. So we've got one fixed keeper and one that is free to move so far, because obviously there is a taper to the strap, so it only moves so far up before it can't get any further. Stitching quality looks absolutely awesome. You know, it's very nice, really good quality stitching as well, really premium material used, and again waterproof as well, which is awesome. Got a couple there as well, so you can see this is like fixed into place here where you know, the spring bar would be for the buckle, but obviously now we've got the deployant which fits in its place instead, which again, you know, is awesome. But yeah, the material quality feels very, very premium, and we've got some nice padding too. You can just see it's a little bit thicker here than here, so we've got a nice bit of padding there, which is awesome. This one is quick release, but you can actually get a non-quick release version, which is a little bit cheaper, which we'll talk pricing later. There's the inner, so you can see we've got that leather, but it is coated in that natural rubber. Little bit of a misstitch there, but you know, you don't really see that. The outer does look a lot, you know, a lot more uniform. But yeah, we've got a, it's glued, heated and stitched into place as well, so that's really solid and robust there. This side, you know, more of the same. We've got that quick release again, that nice area of padding, so it's a little bit softer, and then it's of course a little thinner towards this end. Again, we've got that really nice stitch work, nicely cut adjustment holes. Obviously these adjustment holes aren't really going to see much wear, because when you actually got this in place, it doesn't move at all. So once you've got it sized up, this just stays exactly as it is. So these adjustment holes are never really going to get overworn unless you know, you're constantly changing them all the time. But yeah, that's nice. And then again, you know, we've got that same inner material, Artem branded. And there's that side as well. So yeah, it's really nice, and it does feel it feels really weird. It feels like leather, but obviously it's got that coating on it as well, which does give it a little bit of a different texture. So now let's look at the actual hardware itself. So this is a little bit of something I do have a suggestion for, not so much a complaint with, just a suggestion for. So we've got a high polish top with the logo there, and the polishing is really good quality, can't fault that. And then we've got brush sides and then this little detail there as well, which I think is really nice. What I would like Artem to do though is do a brushed version of this as well. I mean, they might perhaps do, I think they do a PVD version as well, but I would like to see a brushed one. Because obviously a lot of dive watchers have brushed top lugs, so polishing against the brushing, for me, it doesn't, it doesn't work all that well. You might not find it an issue, but I would like to see a fully brushed version as well. But that's just me. You can see how it connects there as well. So you've got a pin on the inside of this that pops through, and it holds really secure in place. So we've got no issues there. And here is your main deployant. So we've got this really snappy and really well made deployment system. It is a little bit mucky because obviously I've been wearing it. Very nice. It's all stainless steel as well, and it's spring loaded, so it just like snaps into place, and the quality is fantastic. We've got mixed finishing, so we've got a brush in there, we've got a bit of brush in, and then we've got like a sand bead blasted look, and then high polishing. It is very, very nice quality. So build, design and everything is superb. We'll talk the other one, and then we'll talk about how they both wear, and I'll show you, like I said, on wrist as well. So this is their Nylon NATO. So specs for this one are as follows. So this is 20mm, and I think that's the only size they offer currently, but maybe they will add more down the line. So the material is a nylon polyamide, and it is very, very nice, but more on that in a minute. Plenty of adjustment holes. Total length is 303mm, so that's just over 30 centimeters. It's 1.4mm thick, and we have, again, that stainless steel hardware throughout. So let's take a look at this one first. So there are your adjustment holes. There's 15 of them. They are heat treated as well, and the heat treating is very nice and neat. You can't actually even see the heat treating because it's done so well. There's no overrun, and yeah, very, very impressed. So obviously heat treating is brilliant for longevity because those adjustment holes will last a lot longer, which of course makes the strap last a lot longer as well. So awesome to see. We've got that branded Artem keeper again. As the other one, I would like to see a brushed variant as well, just because I do like my brushed finishes. But the quality, can't complain, with that. And what I do like about Artem as well is they hide away the inner metal part, so no metal actually touches your skin, which is really nice for that comfort as well. So as for these keepers, again, we've got that solid stainless steel. This one's fixed into place. So you can see it's double stitched and then hidden away there. So again, all that you've got touching your skin is soft fabric. This one, free to move, again, stainless steel, really nice. Buckle, high polish, branded. Drilled at the sides as well, so you can always swap out the buckle if it ever gets damaged. But yeah, my only criticism really of the build is the finish. I just wish, they'd offer a brushed full one as well. The actual fabric itself though is fantastic. It is so soft. It feels like a really high grade seatbelt style, and it's just so supple, so smooth, really soft. It feels, honestly guys, it feels fantastic. Like I said though, the hardware and everything, the quality feels great, can't fault that at all. It's just obviously the polish finish isn't my personal taste. So what I'll do is, as we've got this one on already, I'll show you what this wears like on wrist, and then we'll tell you how comfortable it is. Alright guys, so this is the NATO on my 6-inch wrist, and you can see, I'm just about all the way to the end. So one other suggestion I would have for Artem as well is to do a shorter version for us guys with slimmer wrists, because this one, it is a little bit long. I'd say it probably wants knocking down to around 25 centimeters or 250mm, just, so we don't get as much excess to deal with. And just so, of course, the buckle sits a little bit more in the middle of your wrist, so it's just a little bit more, a bit more comfortable. But I can't actually fault it for comfort really, even though there is that big amount of excess at the end. I would say maybe you know, like 250 to 270 for a shorter version, just so there's not as much strap at the other side to deal with. But the actual fabric quality and everything, it feels great on wrist. It really does. You know, it's very, very nice and smooth. You know, the material isn't too thick either. I mean, it's thick, but it's not over thick, so it doesn't get sort of sweaty and horrible feeling when it gets hot. Obviously in UK at the minute it's freezing, so that's not an issue, but come the summer months, it is still, even though it's quite a premium and thick material, it's relatively breathable too, so it's not going to sweat your wrist too much. So let's get the sailcloth on and talk about how comfortable that is as well. And there is the sailcloth. Now, this one I'm not finding as comfortable, and I'm going to give you a reason why. For me, it's either way too big or too tight, and as you can see, it's a little bit tight. And the complaint I'm having with the comfort on this one is not the actual strap itself. That is really nice and comfortable, cannot fault that at all. What I don't find comfortable is the deploying clasp. For me, it just doesn't fit right. I think because the clasp is so curvy on the inside, it would fit a curvier wrist better than it does mine. My wrist's really flat on the top and the bottom, and it just sort of it doesn't sit right on my wrist with this clasp. So I think if you've got a wrist similar to mine, you can see where it's pinched there. If you've got a wrist similar to mine, then I would opt for the standard buckle rather than the deployant, because like I said, the material, the quality of the strap, can't fault that. It's really nice. It feels great against your skin. I don't get any irritation at all. It's great. Even when you like get it soaking wet, it's fine. My issue, like I said, is that clasp, and I'll show you like how it works. So what you do is you just undo the keepers, and then it just pops like that. It's really, really simple, but you can see, look, it nips and it pinches my skin. So to close it, you sort of have to close one, and then you bring the other side over, get that through there, and then close it. But look, you can see just there, every time it pinches, ow, and it bloody hurts and all. So you have to like undo it and then lift it up and then flatten it down. So it's not the easiest, and then you can see it just doesn't sit right on this buckle and mechanism for me. You know, the clasp mechanism. So like I said, guys, if you've got a wrist like mine, then I would definitely opt for just the standard buckle, because it will fit a lot nicer. If you've got really rounded and curvy wrists, then this probably will fit, you know, a little bit nicer than it does on mine. But this one isn't for me. I can't fault the quality of it. I've got nothing against that. It's just for my wrist shape and, you know, how it is, this clasp and thingy mechanism, it just doesn't work. Shame, because it's really handy. I mean, it's literally just a boom and a boom, and it's off, a boom and a boom, and, you know, literally a duh, and it's shut and secure. So yeah, it's really handy for, you know, quick changes. But I mean, you can see what it's done to my wrist, and that's literally just putting it on now. So it's definitely not for my wrist shape. So if you do, like I said, then I would opt for just a standard buckle. As much as I love it for its convenience and how it's made, yeah, it just doesn't work for me, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. So let's do a bit of a pricing, bit of a verdict, and we'll see if all this is worth it. So we'll start off with the more affordable of the two first, which is the NATO. So this is going to set you back $63, which is quite a pretty penny. Is it worth that? I mean, as good as it is, I'm going to say no. I think it is a little bit expensive. I mean, I've had some really, really good quality NATOs over the years. This is definitely up there with those in terms of outright quality, but the ones I've had have been a little bit more affordable. So I'm going to say this one is a touch expensive. If they could, you know, bring that price down just a smidge, give us a brushed option, then I'd be like, yeah, do you know what? For the quality of the fabric, you know, the builder, everything, how nice everything's put together, you know, how nice it's done at the sides as well, which, you know, often gets neglected. I don't think it's going to, you know, have any wear issues. Give us a brushed option, a few more sizes, a few different colours. I would say I would be more inclined to say, yeah, do you know what? It's premium, but it's probably going to last a long time. So that's fine. So on the fence with that one, we'll say. Now to this Sailcloth. This one is it's quite a bit more expensive, I'm not going to lie. So the standard price for this strap with the standard buckle is $83, which is quite expensive. Then you add the quick release, which is an extra $13, which I think is worth it, in my opinion. Quick release, it makes life so much easier. Now, if you've got drilled lugs, like this watch does have, then it's not so much a necessity, even though it still does make things a lot easier. So 13, because obviously they have to integrate it into the strap, and they can't just, yeah, it's not straightforward as just putting in regular spring bars. So I get the extra cost. This, however, is $73. Now that is something I personally wouldn't pay for. The strap with the standard buckle and spring bars, absolutely, all day long. This, not for me, unfortunately. I wouldn't pay $73 just because of how it fits me. And obviously you can't really know until you buy it and try it. So it's, yeah, a little bit of a shame, guys, that it didn't work out for me, because I love the functionality, the build, can't fault that. Comfort is where it lets it down for me. And of course, you can't wear a strap if it's uncomfortable because of one thing. So that's that. Strap, standard buckle, quick release, bang on. That one doesn't work for me, unfortunately, and I would not recommend, from my experience, the additional clasp. But check on other reviews, see what other people think, see if they've got on a little bit better with that than I have. And of course, if your wrist shape is identical to mine, then, you know, you might want to just stick to the standard clasp. If your wrist is more fuller and rounder, then, you know, you might have a better experience than I did. So Artem straps, are they a good, you know, are they a bad? Do you know what? I'm saying they're a good, a little bit on the premium side, but then again, the quality does show. A few little adjustments that need making, in my opinion, but they're very, very good products. So yeah, if you've got the spare cash and you want really premium offerings, then, you know, I would say give them a look. So yeah, guys, that's what I think. If you can, you know, stretch that budget, very, very good straps. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.